Across the country, thousands of citizens are marching, petitioning, and demanding a return to basic democratic responsiveness, pointing to the founding documents as their justification. These demands stop at the Capitol steps. From the outside, the federal government appears as an insulated fortress, entirely separated from the voices surrounding it. The disconnect is measurable. When legislation addressing issues like border security or healthcare reaches 70 to 80% public support, those bills frequently die in committee without a single representative ever casting a floor vote. Media narratives blame this on hyperpolarization, suggesting gridlock is the inevitable result of a divided nation. This explanation serves as a convenient smokescreen. Congress follows a set of internal procedural blueprints designed to shield institutional leadership from public influence. The legislative branch functions as a highly efficient engine of party discipline. The consistent failure of popular legislation is an engineered feature of the modern political machine, protecting the majority from taking unpopular votes. Most legislative battles occur in private. Real control resides in intra-party conflicts within closed-door caucuses, where factions fight for the party brand. In these meetings, absolute agenda-setting power belongs to a select group of gatekeepers, the majority leaders and speakers who control the legislative calendar. This diagram shows their most effective gatekeeping tool, the Hastert rule. This internal convention mandates that a bill only reaches the floor if it has the support of a majority of the majority party. A small faction of the majority can kill a bill, even if it has the support of every other member of the House. Leaders use this rule to quietly bury popular bills and prevent public displays of internal party division. Taking a vote on a controversial but popular issue might split the caucus. This gatekeeping protects the party's reputation, as national strategy often takes precedence over the specific needs of a representative's district. This use of constitutional hardball transforms the confirmation and lawmaking process into a strict performance of party loyalty, where the goal is to deny the opposition any perceived victory. Lawmakers have devolved into rival factions, sacrificing the will of the people to maintain the internal discipline of their caucus. Voting out individual representatives rarely changes these outcomes. Article 1 of the Constitution allows each House to determine the rules of its own proceedings, meaning the leaders you vote in simply rewrite the rules to protect their power. Fresh candidates enter the system and are immediately filtered through the same party machinery, trading their campaign promises for committee assignments and support. The current incentive structure of the federal government remains clear. The system rewards party loyalty over public service. Because internal rules are written and enforced by the very leaders they should restrain, the only way to bypass this gatekeeping is to change the rules of representation through a constitutional amendment. This amendment acts as a structural correction to a vulnerability the founders missed. They assumed that branches of government would compete for power, but modern party loyalty has overridden that institutional check. The Constituent Directed Representation Amendment, the proposed 28th Amendment, offers a mechanism to shift the primary loyalty of the lawmaker back to the electorate. It removes a representative's discretionary authority to vote against their constituents' will on the floor of Congress. This mechanism uses a multi-tiered consensus threshold. When voters reach these benchmarks, the representative's vote is locked, bypassing leadership choke points. Defiant votes face immediate nullification and removal. To prevent corruption, the amendment bars non-human influence from corporations, PACs, and algorithms. This structural change transforms our elected representatives from autonomous ruling decision-makers into direct, transparent conduits for the will of their constituents. Removing these systemic barriers allows public will to flow directly into federal policy, clearing the path for broadly popular legislation held hostage by party leaders. A national conversation is necessary before the upcoming elections to make this structural shift a reality. Voters must ask every candidate on the ballot one specific question. Will you support binding accountability to your constituents? Yes or no? It is time to bypass the party bosses and restore the system of legally binding representation.